Okay, this is the third video I'm doing because I want to blow my nose. Um, so also something else I learned this weekend was that everything in life is duality. If you can understand the duality in everything, the hot and cold, the two extremes of the same thing, hate and love, two extremes of the same thing, because in the end, what's really needed to make the anger go away is the love, and it's always the opposite. And when you could give a doctor a knife and give a killer a knife, and what's going to happen, just the same thing as you give YouTube to everybody, and some people will watch people dying, killing themselves, fighting, stupid funny jokes, things that occupy your mind. Sports, they're cool. I'm all about people living to their fullest potential, and that means shooting a basketball from however so far, like magically hitting the basketball hoop and jumping like you got springs under your feet. I mean, that's amazing, but what you occupy your mind with, what I'm saying is that somebody will go watch YouTube to occupy their minds, and they'll search out things that are irrelevant to expanding your mind, versus somebody who will use the internet for seeking knowledge and finding out as much as they can while they're here on this planet, because we think we have forever. We don't really. So we don't really in this life. So the point is to help people become more consciously aware that they're collectively contributing to the consciousness, to the expansion of the earth, the expansion of consciousness, which is the expansion of the universe. So, there's just so as I was saying, occupying your body. And also because when you don't occupy your body and your mind, then your body gets occupied by illness. When you're not allowing your souls to communicate and mend the parts of you that are broken, then you're dysfunctional. And what you want is you want all of your cells in your body to be functional. And so just, being mindful of your thoughts and occupying your body, telling your body that it knows what it's doing, that you appreciate it, and finding the parts of your body that you might have shamed, because I guarantee you there's parts of you that you don't really like, and the more and more research I do on myself and my life and, my calling, I remember why I gave myself this body. It is because there's certain things I needed to experience in order for me to have the understanding that I do, which means that, my long toes used to bother me because they're so long, but it reminds me of something every time I look at it. It reminds me I come from somewhere else. Let's see. My teeth, how they came in, that tells you a lot about your life. Your palm, your hands, even your height. Because at a certain height, you see the world at a certain way. So perhaps in one past life, you're really tall. Like, can't breathe. Perhaps in this life, I'm very small because I have to see the world at this perception. And not everybody's going to see the world at my eye level. I picked my birth date. I decide to be conceived at what time. I came into the world at this time. I remember making pacts and agreements. I'm pretty clear in some of them on what they are, but more and more I remember. And, this is what it means to wake up in your body. This is what it means to wake up. It doesn't mean, oh my God, the veil's lifted. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, there's conspiracy theories, but it's all about knowing the self and stepping into yourself and waking up inside of your mind and understanding the perceptions. This is the 33rd degrees. The 33rd degrees of perception How do you perceive things? There's 33 ways to perceive an idea. Oh wow, like, okay, it's magic of your mind. It's power. Um, Learning. I listened to Dr. Chazé. She said that learning to master rejection and loneliness is going to be a key tool, and for people, especially like me, are learning how to handle letting go of things, because rejection is not what we think it is. It's not about you not getting something that you wanted, you feel bad for yourself, but it's actually good because you're learning not to put too much pressure on somebody else. You learn to be okay with yourself, and not everybody's going to be for you. It doesn't mean that you should stop making meaningful connections with people, but learning not to be so attached to the outcome. And if you need to wait in regards to sex, wait, but it's not a contract with somebody else, and it's not right to do that. If you be real with somebody, if you're going to be with them, be with them. But for me, I had to learn, and just like I learned today from her, is that it's not a contract, and it's spiritually wrong to expect someone to give you that. If that's what if that's what you're trying to exchange, you need to make the contract in advance. You can't just expect. So that's one thing I learned today. Um, is okay, especially spending time alone in your room. Like this weekend for me being sick, I I needed this time to be alone, and I know exactly why it happened. Obviously, with these videos, I got a lot of good insight this weekend, and I needed for Spirit to speak to me, because I'm realizing that I have all the gifts of the Holy Spirit. And my last one came in recently, that I've actually accepted, but I didn't. I've had it for a while. I just didn't know how to use it, or I still don't really. But it's the gift of tongues, and I actually feel like I have it with animals as well. But I'm not going to. Um, a lot of the things that I do are when I'm by myself. Is the most magical times, um, because then no one is there to take my energy, because I feel like I give too much of the energy away to somebody judging me versus being present with what's going on. And so um, I do pray in tongues now. So my life gets better. My life gets better, and I just feel like I'm being more an authentic me. Dr. Chazé also spoke about becoming a magnetic me. She's becoming her magnetic self, and people are attracting themselves to her, and I could just feel her authenticity, and it just really, and I'm just so inspired by all these amazing people who are out there speaking their words, not being scared to speak the truth, even though it's scary, even though not everybody's going to understand it, but that's what it's happening for. And nobody understood Jesus when he spoke. Nobody understood Buddha. I don't know if they understood Buddha, but they obviously didn't understand Jesus. And so he had good words. He spoke life. Very interesting. People don't understand. They're going to persecute you because they don't understand. And and that's the gift of humility. The gift, not saying that humility is a good thing, actually. I beg to differ that. But having the ability to share your truth, knowing that it could be ridiculed, it could make you feel bad, but learning that it's okay to be rejected. You don't need to be accepted by everybody. And the ones who you are meant to change will help. They will come to you. You don't need to force anything, or I don't. This is basically me talking to myself. So, um, earlier I had mentioned about not everybody having souls, and not everybody having souls is actually a kind of some people here on this planet that are not exactly people. you have to understand, when you meet somebody, you look them in the eye, you feel like you've known them before, or you don't like them at all. You have this feeling that you just don't like them, or like it makes the hairs on your arm stand up, because we are otherworldly. Do you understand? We are here, but we are also somewhere else. And we've been doing this for so long that some of the people on this planet are just occupying the bodies. Some people are shapeshifters. Some people are what they call different, races of alien races that have been on this planet for years, and they've adapted and they've breeded with humans. And so there's other agendas. There are other agendas taking place, and it's important that we start taking control of our lives, taking control of we need to take control of what's going on. Because whether you like it or not, it's not just you and me here, buddy. I mean, I don't really know who I'm talking to right now. I just know this is what I'm supposed to be doing, getting this shit out of my mouth, because I don't need it all in here by myself. Knowledge is supposed to be shared. What I'm trying to say is I want to help you learn how to tap into consciousness, tap into all source energy. Okay? That way you can get your soul on path. You want to, when you were sent down here, your lips were sealed. You don't remember why you came down here, but wouldn't you want to pay your soul the respect and try to know why, or how you can help expand the evolution of you? I mean, you are the king and queen of your universe. The kingdom of heaven is within you. And when you will learn that you are meant to dwell on the right hand of your Father, in the right creative part of your brain, if you can go out of logic, reasoning, decision making, analyzing, willpower. Kind of willpower, yes, that's right. I do have the willpower to think on the right side of my brain. Because I come from the cosmos. Because I'm a light being that traveled down in a body. I have electricity. I have blood that has memory. I have DNA that has memory connected to my ancestors. I traveled down here in a light body. My soul traveled with family of light. There are good and bad energies out there. Some which would love to have your soul. Some which would love to have your body to feed off of. So all I'm trying to say is take control of your body, take control of your power. Remember who you are. And we just remember who we are. So we remember who